Today on another edition of Untold Fed Story, I got my big cousin with me, Big E, a.k.a. Mr. Owl Life. What's going on, Big E?
Maintaining, man. Shout out to everybody that's outside. Shout out to everybody that's walking around. You already know what it is.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah.
Allah Akbar.
So what you been up to, cuzzo? How you feeling today? Like, what's going on, man?
Just moving, man. You know what I'm saying? Everything is culture. Everything is how he, you know what I mean?
For those that don't know who he is, tell them where you from and what you do.
Y'all see my face. It's self-explanatory.
Say that, King.
Tags.
Say that, King.
Untold Fed Stories. You know what I mean? I ain't touched the feds. My family was in the feds, did all that time. Shout out to those who was in the feds. Shout out to those that was in the States. You know what I'm saying? I come off this to say that 75 co-defendants, you know what I mean? My case was very self-explanatory when they rushed for a green, you know what I'm saying? And that's about it. 75 co-defendants.
That's a lot of motherfucking co-defendants, cuzzo.
Yeah, you know, and it's like
just in one motherfucking project. I even know
they was out taking down projects, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And when they reached full green, it was like, yo, I didn't even know they was on me.
So when you knew they was coming and they was on y'all, cousin, when you knew some of your co-defendants got snatched up and you knew they was on your lineup, like what was that feeling like when you know the feds was coming to grab the rest of it?
First off, I didn't even know none of that because I never touched paper with none of them. You know what I'm saying? I was getting my paper from elsewhere, the Star.
Right.
Shout out to the Star, Marcy, Queens, Long Island. I was moving around like I wasn't on nobody's stomping grounds getting no money. I was moving around getting my own little money.
Right.
I go get a pack from somebody and go half and half. Like I want 50 off of this. Like I'm not, you know, you got them workers who get a pack and get 30 off a pack. You know what I'm saying? I go to the Connect, I want 50.
Right. As you should.
I'm not no worker.
As you should. It's a business.
I'm a partner. Like,
it's a business.
Feel me? So when they grabbed me and took me to the Marriott, took me to the 17th floor,
right,
and took me through the underground tunnel. This is when I'm like, yo, this is different.
Did you know that was the feds when they took you under the tunnel?
I ain't know what was going on. They had some pizza. They had Coca-Cola soda, Pepsi sodas. They had things that set out for the motherfucker.
Right. So pretty much they were trying to set you out, huh? They had the whole works.
They set it out. They set it out. I mean, when I seen the pie of pizza and the soda, I'm sitting there like, you know what I'm saying? You know, and to be real is like I started talking my shit like, yo, this mine's like my birthday coming.
Right.
I need to get some paper.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? So it was more or less like a shock to a brother.
So what was your mind of frame when you knew you was in the feds and shit and they grabbed you?
I didn't know I was in the feds.
You didn't know that whole time you didn't know you was in feds custody?
I didn't know that because it was these black cars, black trucks. They pushed the stroller away from me and they snapped me. I tried to run.
Pretty much they kidnapped you.
They pretty much. You know what I mean? So when I let's bring it back, right? It was a brother in the hoods and he came to me, he said, yo, you know we the last of the Mohegans out here. And I'm like, we the last of the Mohegans? He's like, yeah, everybody got knocked. We the last of the Mohegans. So when I'm walking around, I didn't know they was on me.
Right.
They had surveillance on me. Like they moving around with me as I'm walking up Myrtle Avenue, down DeKalb Avenue. I'm just moving around. They on me. They got surveillance.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When they named me as John Doe.
Right.
John Doe Bucks, because I had a Bucks jacket and all that. So I'm like, the fuck? What the fuck? This is what these niggas doing? Shit, I got to recalculate some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because now it's like, yo, you don't know they on you. But when they on you, they on you.
But what was your, like, even when they snatched, what was the charge?
We had all types of charges. We had murders. We had all types of charges, man. With conspiracy, man, conspired and to know this, to know that. We had the double murders. We had gun charges, drug charges. I had mad charges. I can't even think about the charges.
So you ain't know none of the motherfuckers that was on your motherfucking 75. Pretty much, I ain't gonna say none of them. Pretty much, you ain't know a lot of them on that 75.
The whole thing is. I know them.
Like, all 75.
I know them, but you know, going through that situation, I don't know them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We grew up. We in the projects. This
Right.
the projects. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You know, being in the projects, you know everybody.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, and me moving around doing what I'm doing, like I said, I got. I don't really want to say it. I'm gonna say it. It's over. I had coke, crack, weed. I had all that on me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just didn't touch the dope. But you know what I'm saying? I had coke on me.
All right, so give us some good advice that you can give for the next generation that's under you and some of the generation that's over you. Like, what's some of the positive thoughts you can give them?
Learn. Focus. Be precise on what you want to do in life. Because you could, in your own life, dealing with the things that you think is popular when it's not really popular. You know what I mean? Like the brother said before, you know, if you not outside making it happen for you and yours, then you don't need to be outside. Because outside only gonna bring you trouble. You know what I'm saying? Even though trouble travels you anywhere and everywhere. You know what I mean? It's just about how you carry yourself.
Right.
In the flesh. Because your soul got to be strong. Some people's souls is weak, and so they start to follow. And when you start to follow, you become that statistic.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the old heads, they need to know that when you see the young bucks, you gotta school them. You gotta pull them to the side and let them know what they're doing wrong.
Right.
Because if you don't let them know what they're doing wrong, they gonna overseas you. You can't be out here thinking you still in the loop.
Right.
When you not in the loop. If your drug lord situation is over, let it be over. If you could pull a young buck to the side and let him know that, yo boy or young man, I did this already. The things that come with this is death or jail. You don't need to go through this, man. I see potential in you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Give them some advice to let them know they don't really have to be doing the things that they do.
Right.
Because a lot of young people don't have fathers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when you don't really have a father in your life, you start to run over your moms.
Right.
Because she can't do too much as a father. She's a mother, so she only showing you what she got going on. At the same time, she's still growing herself sometimes.
Right.
Because a mother is blinded to the things that young men and women do on the streets. If they over there is the provider, if they working every day, how can I, you know what I'm saying, see what's going on in my life, in your life, even though we live in the same environment, you know what I mean? So, you know, for the young bucks, man, like I said, man, focus on real life situations, man, because if you don't focus on real life situations, you'll be in that box, man. I drive hearses. I seen a lot of people in boxes. You got a lot of people that's being killed out here, being slaughtered. And like,
ain't no bump beds in the motherfucking graveyard, baby.
Nah, it is. They call it.
What they call it?
On top of dirt.
The top of dirt. That's the bump bed.
That's the bump bed. You be on top of somebody else. You know what I mean? They got bump beds in there. They got bump beds in there. You just be on top of another box. You know what I'm saying? You just can't look down. You looking straight up. Looking straight up. Like, you know what I mean?
Facts.
You know, unless you getting cremated and you getting burnt up. Right. But you know, for the older cats and for the young cats, man, respect the elders, man.
Don't give up on them.
Yeah, and the elders respect the young bucks, because that's all they looking for, man. How they say it. In order to give respect, you have to give it, right? Right. So it go both ways. Right. You know what I'm saying? And in the terms of some OGs that I know, they go, you want justice or peace? Because if I give you justice, then it's gonna be your peace. Right. But I'd rather give you peace and give you some knowledge to have you understand that the world is effed up. Right. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to be in this effed up world, go ahead and go crazy and be Untold Fed Stories and be an untold story about your life. Right. You know what I mean?
Cause this right here, man, like I tell everybody, this is the last train to Paris, baby. When you get there, to tell Diddy, I said what's good, baby.
Yeah.
Ain't nowhere else to go after you go to the feds, man. No. So you young boys and you old heads, man, just be careful out there who you dealing with, who you being with, man. And just hold your head when some sucker shit come around you. Just be the gentleman you is and go the fuck across the street, man. That's how this shit going, man.
You can deal with 25 to life, man. Go ahead. Cause I mean, I can't do 25 to life. I love my life, man. And I be damned if I keep saying Stand in line, put your head behind another man's head.
Squat.
No, squat. Know what I mean? Child time. It's eating time. See, the feds is different from the states. I heard. I mean, the feds is different from the states, and I heard when you go up top, it's different from being on an island or whatever. Because I was on a boat.
Yeah. Feds.
I was in the Bronx on that boat.
They don't do none of that, but the feds, but they're, Sisters Cow, all that monkey shit, Sisters Cow, mainline, goofy shit, cuzzo. But
and I heard in the feds, you know what I mean? You can't get real packages. You gotta buy your shit.
Packages.
You gotta buy it,
everything
right?
in commissary.
You gotta buy it yourself.
Everything's in commissary. $360 buys in commissary.
Yeah, you gotta. So if you ain't got that person to send you no money, if you ain't got that lookout. And if you ain't got shorty,
but the one thing about the feds in the state, you can make some money because of the simple fact they got good ass jobs. Like you could be working in motherfucking Unicorn, motherfuckers making up to $800 to $1,000 a month in Unicorn.
I know one thing.
See what I'm saying?
I know one thing when
the bag is in there.
I know one thing when the people get that
it's
time,
a real job.
They go to school and they get all their
trades.
Certificates.
Man. Get the trades.
So shout out to everybody that graduated and got their certificates, man, and doing what they doing. Cause when you in the world and your world is moving a certain way, is moving, you ain't got time to be thinking you getting a certificate or GED. You know what I mean? That's when your world is moving. You know what I mean? And shout out to everybody that came home from the feds, and shout out to everybody that came from the States. And shout out to my cuz Love again for coming home and doing this wonderful Untold Fed story right here, man. Tune in. Y'all gonna see it again and all over the world. TT, we here. You heard, cuzzo?
You heard, cuzzo? Shout out to TT, a.k.a. Tracy.